So you're gonna hear my kid. There's nothing I can do about it. Welcome back to the channel. I want to challenge myself to spend time reading instead of scrolling. I keep finding myself scrolling, literally doom scrolling, and it'll be like 2 hours later, and that's all I did for 2 hours was swipe up, up, up. So for the next week or so, because it is Tuesday, I couldn't start this yesterday. It was like really busy work stuff, but starting today, Tuesday, for like the next week or so, I'm gonna challenge myself to read. Every time I get the urge to pick up my phone and scroll, I'm gonna pick up a book instead. And I did start The Children of Gods and Fighting Men yesterday, and it's really good so far. It's actually really, really good so far. So my goal is to read another 100 pages of this now. I think it's like 7:15 or something like that, 7:20. I'm gonna try to read like another 100 pages or so of Children of Gods and Fighting Men. And then I read Twisted Love last night. Literally stayed up until 2 o'clock in the morning to read Twisted Love. Don't have any idea where that inspiration came from. I didn't have that book on my Kindle, randomly downloaded it. I don't even think I was on social media before that. Like, I literally cannot tell you what led to me downloading Twisted Love. I had a great time reading it. It was a lot of fun. I don't really know what the plot was, if I'm being honest, but I enjoyed the characters and the dynamic, and it was just fun to read. Yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna see if I can find something else like that. So after I read my 100 pages of this, it's a long title, I'm not saying it again. After I read my 100 pages of this, I'm going to see if there's anything on my Kindle that I want to read for the rest of the night. From now on, once we get home from daycare, I really want to focus on spending time with my kiddo. Usually we have dinner and stuff like that, or like a snack, and then relaxing and reading, like just chilling or watching something. But this for the next couple of days, I really want to focus on reading, and then maybe I'll do another one where I watch like anime and stuff. But yeah. You can hear my kid, can't you? I'm pretty sure the mic is gonna pick that up. I'm gonna go read before she comes and terrorizes us again, and I guess I'll just check in with you guys as I'm reading. We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna try it. I mentioned earlier how Gormla, one of the main characters, is really conniving and scheming and just kind of crazy, like in a scary way. She's scheming behind her stepdaughter's back, Gaitha, and basically marrying Gaitha off to this guy who can then help Gormla's son, that's my daughter in the background, can help Gormla's son become king of Dublin. And I just get this impression, I get this feeling that Gaitha is gonna fuck Gormla up. Like, she's going to make Gormla regret everything if her husband turns out to be a wee head. Let's go with that. We have to use kid language now. So I'm very intrigued. I'm so curious to know where this is gonna go. Like, what is gonna happen? It's giving the Boleyn sisters, that movie. I don't remember the actresses' names, but it's definitely giving those vibes where like the sisters are like basically scheming behind each other's backs and just being like super sneaky and like self-interested. It's giving that. It's like 10:30. And I'm really tired because I'm in my 30s. For some reason, I hit my 30s and all of a sudden I'm like tired and ready to go to bed at 9 o'clock at night. But I did read 100 pages. I got to the chapters aren't numbered, but I got to page 206. It's really good. It's like really, really good. Also, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? And I'm trying to convince myself that it's time to go to sleep because I just want to go get my Kindle and like find something else to read, but that's not healthy. We need to go to sleep because it's time to go to bed. I'm delirious when I'm tired. I will see you guys tomorrow when we attempt to read another 100 pages instead of scrolling on our phones. Okay, have a good night. Welcome back. It is now Wednesday morning. It's like 11 o'clock because I had a bunch of stuff to do work-wise, but I did read last night. I read my 100 pages. The chapters aren't numbered, so this is like, we're back to Gormla's point of view. Can I just say, this is really good, but the way people's names are spelled versus what the narrator is saying does not compute. So I got to a point last night where I definitely started giving the nicknames. My brain was just like, no, that's not his name anymore. His name is Brock. No, that's not her name anymore. Her name is Faith. What? So, yeah, that's how I ended my night. It's really good though. It's a really good fantasy. It has like a Viking touch to it, but it's not pure Vikings. There's like Irish and Northumbria, and then the Vikings and England and Christianity and the pagans, and it's just really fucking good. And the women, because it's two FMCs, the women Gormla and Fola, the two women are like, they've been around. They've been around the block. They've been here for a while. I mean, they're both some type of like magical being. Like there's magic within them is what I should say. There we go. So they've both been alive for much longer than they should have. And they both have powers, even though I don't really see them using them. I mean, I feel like Fola maybe uses hers a little bit more. But Gormla is very like with her magic. So I'm interested to see when she's going to use it. And I feel like because Gormla is like super conniving, I feel like something's going to happen that's going to force her to use her magic in order to like protect herself or her son or something like that. And I can't wait. I can't wait till shit pops off because I'm gonna be sitting there eating it, watching it like pop, like, whoa, what the, oh, yo, because like something's gonna happen. Something has to happen. And like, one of the guys is Olaf, and Gormla somehow manages to like manipulate Olaf into doing something to help her son Citric become king of Dublin. And I think it's Olaf. Yeah, it's Olaf that tells her like, your son is going to betray you. Citric is going to let you down and he's going to betray you. And she's like, no, he would never do that. And I'm sitting there like, oh shit, he's gonna do something to betray his mom. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Anyways, sorry, I got really excited because it's really good. I wasn't expecting it to be that good, but I should have known because I got that recommendation personally from a friend of mine, Sam, and she does kind of read somewhat similarly to myself. Similarly? No, that's not a word. I just made that up and went with it. She reads somewhat like myself. There we go. That's easy. As far as like fantasy goes, we both like strong FMCs. We love FMCs who like have a life and they're not like teenagers and stuff, which is fine. It has its place. But sometimes you want to read a book about a woman who has lived, right? And has been through some shit. So she's the one that read that. And she read the first 2 books, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, she read it and she said she really, really liked it. Like I could tell how much she liked it in her voice notes. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to read it. And she sent this to me. She sent this one to me and the second one. So I have book 1 and 2 now, and I just have to like reserve book 2, the audio on Libby, so that I can make sure it's ready when I want to read it. But it's like really good so far. And it's like, at first I thought it was going to be like convoluted and I would have a hard time following it. Cause you know, you have the multiple POVs and the timelines are jumping. And like the language itself, like I really did think I was going to have a hard time following what was going on in the story, but like I'm really not. I'm really having such a good time with it. But it's really good in like a messy way. Like it's messy and I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen? I'm really excited to finish it. And then I do want to read something on my Kindle. I'm just not sure what yet. I have the Kindle app on my phone, which is way easier to scroll than the actual Kindle itself. If you know, you know. I get fucking annoyed trying to scroll up. But one of my favorite publishing houses, if you didn't know, Orbit is like top favorite for me. But the second favorite is Kensington. And they sent me an email, and it's right here. They sent me an email about like, I don't think it was advertised as like dark romance. It was just like a romantic series or something that they sent me an email about. And I, for some reason, clicked on it because it was Kensington. And I was like, yeah, I like Kensington. And it's Distance by Luna Mason. So I have that on my Kindle that I could read. I also have What Saves Us. And I got that recommendation from a video I watched. I don't remember who it was though now. If I remember them, I'll tag them down below because I like to give credit where it's due. But I watched a creator talking about that book and how much she liked it. And I was like, oh, she seems really excited about it. So I'm stuck between those two, between Distance and What Saves Us. But I think tonight, I'm still going to do my 100-page challenge. And I'm going to read instead of scrolling tonight. That was great. But once I finish that, I think I might want to start one of these 2. And I'll let you guys know when I get there at that point, obviously. But yeah, it's going to be either that. Or should I read Blue Bloods by Melissa De La Cruz? I read that when I was a kid, when I was in like high school or something. And it was so good. It was kind of like vampires meets like Gossip Girl or something. And I didn't really watch Gossip Girl, but I understand the premise of it. It's kind of giving like that vibe. So I'm wondering if maybe I would want that instead. But I kind of want to move away from fantasy for a second. because I'm reading a fantasy. So I don't know. We'll see later on. But yeah, I did pretty good for my first day reading instead of scrolling. I did really good. And I went to sleep on time because I wasn't scrolling endlessly. So, woo, one day down. Just got to see how today goes. Okay, I have some time because I haven't gotten any new claims and the phone is pretty quiet right now. I use CeraVe for my lips. Talk to your mom. Anyways, I have some time, so I figured I would read. So I got Tia out. My Kindle's name is Tia. And I'm trying to decide between Distance by Luna Mason and What Saves Us by Maggie Gates. So I think what I'm going to do is... I don't know, actually. Hold on. Let me figure this out. Because maybe there's like an app I can use to like make me pick which one I want to read. Oh, I know. Free spin the wheel generator. I hope that this does what I want it to and I'm not just wasting time. It says wheel of names. Or should I do picker wheel? Let's do picker wheel. It just sounds funny for some reason. Okay. So it says inputs here. This is fun. We're having fun. Don't do that. Input here. So we're going to do what saves us. Okay. What saves us, and then distance, and then what saves us, and then distance, and then what saves us, and then distance. How many of there are? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I did it 3 times. So like what saves us and distance. My hand's behind the thing. I did it 3 times. So we're going to spin it. Okay, look. We're going to spin and see which one it picks. This is kind of fun. This is kind of fun. Hold on. What did it pick? What did it pick? Ange, turn the phone around. Distance. It picked distance. So we're going to do with that one. Which I'm totally cool with. Distance is by Luna Mason. I think it's her only series that's with Kensington. The other one, she has another series. I think I've read something else by her. And that one is not with Kensington yet. I don't know if it didn't get picked up or what. But we're going to read that. I think it's like a dark romance. Dark standalone mafia romance. There we go. Explicit content. Doesn't say anything else though. All right, we're starting. We're going to read this for a little bit because, like I said, nobody has called and I haven't gotten any new claims or assignments or anything like that. So I'm just kind of like chilling and waiting. I do have to keep my headset on, which is going to look so corny. Don't make fun of me. I do have to have my headset on in case somebody does call. I can take the call. I said call like 5 times. All right, let's read. Oh, what the heck? What the heck? I have 2 tripods. This is not book related. I have 2 tripods. I have one that like stands up tall, and then I have a tiny one that I use for like on my desk and stuff. And like I'm trying to record B-roll of me doing stuff in the kitchen, and I have a short one for that. So I'm using my short one right now because it's on my desk, and it's just be knocking over. Like she's not very sturdy, but I don't want to spend any more money on equipment because why? And I feel like the font might be too big, but we're gonna deal with it. Anyways, I will check it. Just go grab a book to read. Let's go. She has pink fluffy pillows, but she's in college, supposedly. That's fine. I'm literally at 2%, and I'm already like, I'm gonna keep reading it. I'm just a little asshole. Oh my god. I think I'm still in chapter 1, and she's mentioned Damon and stuff in Salvatore from the Vampire Diaries like 4 times. I get it. You're watching the Vampire Diaries. Please. I don't love pop culture references in my books. Literally chapter 1. I'm going to keep reading. Sorry. I just don't love that for me. Mind you, I love the Vampire Diaries. I rewatch it almost every year. But like, girl, please stop. Please stop telling me that you love David Salvatore. We all do. It's Wednesday night. It's like 9:45 p.m. I'm not going to read tonight. I'm going to sleep tonight. I did read What Saves Us by Maggie Gates. It's really good, you guys. It's really sweet and really good. I got to 16%. So I read that during the day. I'm not going to scroll tonight. I'm not going to read tonight. I'm literally just going to go to bed because I'm exhausted. I picked up my daughter from daycare and we went to the park and it was like 2 hours. It was like 2 hours. Hold on. And then the other part of parks, besides the fact that kids never want to leave, which like, I love that for them, but also I want to go home. I want to throw a tantrum and go home. The other part of parks is that, why is there sand? Why did they put sand in the parks? Like, what? It's fine. Whatever. I'll wash her hair. I rinsed it today, but I'm going to have to wash it now because there's probably like even more sand because my daughter has like really, really, really tight curls. And I fear that even though it's braided, there's probably just like a bunch of sand inside her braids. So I'll probably have to do like a real wash day this weekend, even though we just did a wash day. Anyways, just wanted to check in and let you guys know I was not reading tonight. Not tonight. And I'm proud of myself. Not normally, but like the last few months, if I didn't read every single day, like every single fucking night, I would think that I'm like not a good content creator or I'm not a real reader. And it's like, no, there's plenty of people out there who read like once a week, once a month. That's fine. It's totally fine that I don't want to read tonight. I'm exhausted. I felt like I was playing at the park all day and all I was doing was running around after my kid and other kids. Because also, like, why would you take your kids to the park and then not pay attention to what they're doing? There was this little boy that was running around throwing sand at everybody. And I was like, that's not okay. But, like, you can't blame him. He was a child. He's even younger than mine, I think. So it's like, where's your parent? Like, where's the person that's supposed to be watching you to make sure that you don't hurt yourself or hurt others? I hate that. That's, like, one of my biggest pet peeves about being around other parents sometimes is, like, I'm not going to parent your kid. And, like, if I have to correct them, I will nicely. But also, like, I don't want to. I don't want to be put in that position, you know? But I did have to tell him nicely not to throw sand because he threw sand at my daughter's face. I was like, what? So I had to redirect him a little bit. But it worked out because my daughter was playing with some stuff and I just had her share with him. And it kind of, like, redirected his attention from throwing sand to, like, playing with it. So it worked out. But anyways, we're going to bed. I will see you guys tomorrow, Thursday, and we will try to read tomorrow night. Probably will, though. I'm just like really tired today. Hello, welcome. It is Thursday afternoon. I worked a lot actually for a Thursday. Everybody usually says how like Thursdays and Fridays are quiet, and it's the opposite for me. Thursdays and Fridays I get the most claims, I get the most calls. There's fires left and right that need to be put out. And every single fire requires my assistance for some reason. It's really weird, but also like I guess it kind of helps make the day go by faster, but whatever. It is what it is. So it's like 2 o'clock, I think, 2:14. I just finished editing a video and scheduling it to post this afternoon. Normally, I like to record my videos like the week before for the following week, but lately things have not been going well. So they just haven't been going the way I want them to. Not that they're not going well. So today's video was posted today. Hoping that by 3 o'clock I'm done and I can just chill. Maybe read a little bit. I started reading, what is it called? What is it called? Just opening my Kindle up real quick. I started reading What Saves Us. I think it's by Maggie Gates, something like that. It's really good. It's really good. It's really sweet. Oh my God, it's so sweet. But also it's kind of like real and gritty because the FMC, I don't remember her name. She is a single mom. She gets played by this like professor guy that she worked for. I don't think she was a student. I think she worked for him or with him. And she gets played by him because it turns out he has a whole family. He has an entire family. And she's the mistress. So she ends up keeping the baby. And she has to figure out how to be a single mom and still be like a fulfilled human being, you know? And there's just like, she's dealing with a lot of postpartum depression, rage, anger, and like anxiety. And it just, sorry, rage and anger are the same thing. I just realized that. It's just really, I feel seen. I feel heard. I'm pretty sure that if there's any other moms out there who maybe did go through postpartum depression or anything like that after having their kids, they probably would read that and also maybe feel a little bit seen because it's not often that that is addressed so heavily and it's so relevant to the story like it is in What Saves Us. So I think last night I ended and I said I wasn't going to read anymore, and I definitely did. I read for like an hour, probably a little bit less than that, because I couldn't help myself. I was like, I love it. I love Shane. I love the FMC. I love the realness of the story and how it's being written. And I'm going to finish it today. I'm probably going to finish it today. I don't know if it'll be before I go pick up my daughter from daycare or if I'll have to finish it tonight. But I'm probably going to finish that today because it's really good. It's really, really good. I didn't read Children of Gods and Fighting Men. I didn't read that one yesterday. Taking like a 2-day break. I'll jump back on that tomorrow. Story time. I got rid of my Book Talk. I had a Book Talk account. That's how I first started posting content. Sorry, I was trying to pop it. That's how I first started posting content, and I got rid of it because I just felt like it was a chore, like it was homework, and I also didn't feel great about what I was putting out, and I didn't feel great about how the app itself made me feel, because like I was putting an effort into the stuff I was posting to put out there, to post the stuff I was creating to post. There we go. Oh my God, English. And it just felt like the app only rewarded you if you fit into a box, and I didn't fit into that box. I don't, and I don't really want to either, because I want to be known for being my genuine self. And it just kind of sucked. Like, it was just, the ice maker never lets me live my life, bro. The appliances in this apartment are just so loud. Ultimately, it just didn't feel fulfilling. It didn't feel like anything I wanted to keep doing. And there's just like a lot of drama. There was a lot of drama on Book Talk, and it was starting to get annoying because it was like all you would see when you were scrolling, which sucked because there's also just like a lot of other stuff going on in the world. And I think TikTok was, before 2025, I think TikTok did a really good job of like pushing out all different types of content so that I could see things from all different perspectives and figure out how I felt about it. But I feel like after the initial ban in January, that changed and the app got really weird. It was really weird. I felt like people were being censored. I felt like I was being censored. I just didn't love the way it felt. I didn't like the way it was operating anymore. So I made the decision to hop off. I hopped off Book Talk. I did end up creating like just a regular TikTok account just so that I could scroll on TikTok, mostly because I got a new car and I wanted to learn some of the hacks, because for some reason the manual in that new car is like this big. My Jeep, that was this tiny. I read it a couple times actually. So I was like, I'm gonna see if I can find something online to help me learn some of these things, and it ended up not even being that helpful because TikTok is like not as informative as it used to be, in my opinion. So I hopped off of TikTok for posting purposes. I don't know if I'll ever go back. I highly doubt it. Like, it would have to go back to the way it used to be before whatever happened in January in order for me to feel comfortable or feel like it motivated to be on Book Talk again. So I'm cool now for just, I like YouTube. I like the way it feels. I like the way, I don't feel like anything is going against me when I'm on YouTube. And I really appreciate that, especially because I am somebody who like sometimes can get a little discouraged kind of quickly, and I don't feel like YouTube has done anything too crazy. I do have a video that I felt like, did I do something wrong, or did the people just not like the video? This has been really fun though, like trying to fit in recording during the week. It's been a challenge. It's been so hard, especially at night, because I know you guys are gonna have clips with my daughter making noise, but it's also been kind of fun because it's like, it's something that I can do without separating my life, you know? Like, I can create content and be a parent without having to like split the two up, and they're not allowed to ever come into contact with each other. So that's been really interesting and not that hard to navigate. If I'm being honest, I'm really surprised. But it's just been nice to know that I can do, I don't know, like more like, I don't really know how to say it without sounding like a little bit pretentious, but it's really cool to know that I can do some more like day in my life, week in my life type stuff without it being like in the way, you know, without it getting in the way of my actual life itself. So yeah, I'm having fun and I'm enjoying the challenge of not scrolling in favor of reading. It's not that hard though, because I love reading, if I'm being honest. Sometimes it has been. Sometimes I'm like, but I just want to scroll TikTok, or I just want to go on Instagram. But this is fine. Okay, I'm done talking. I'm so done talking. Riley Sager has a new book. This is how Kindle gets you. Riley Sager has a new book with a vengeance. Huh. Oh, I think my coworker was talking about this one. She said It's more like murder mystery versus psychological thriller. Interesting. I'm reading The Only One Left. I haven't finished it yet. I should finish it soon. And I really, really liked it, but it got kind of creepy, so I decided to stop reading it at night, which is when I was. So I should finish that, and then I might give this a try with a vengeance. As long as it's free. I'm not buying any more books right now, because your girl has a car. Life be hitting you real hard. Be slapping you in your good titty, and it's like, hey, yo, relax, chill. Anyways, I'm done talking. I'm sorry. The next time you guys see me, I will hopefully be reading. It is 7:32. 7:32. I think I'm gonna finish. Where is it? Where is she? I think I'm gonna finish What Saves Us. Can you see it? Oh, not my messy desk. I think I'm gonna finish that. The kiddo is entertaining herself right now. Hopefully I can get some reading in. I think I can finish that because I believe it says I have 3 hours left in the book, so I'm pretty sure I can finish that tonight. I don't know if I'm going to get back into the Children of Gods and Fighting Men. I don't know if I'm going to do that today. I might leave that alone until tomorrow. And yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do tonight. I just got finished watching. I wasn't scrolling. It wasn't scrolling. It doesn't count as scrolling. I was watching a vlog for one of my, I really like that YouTuber, and I haven't seen them post in a while, and they finally did post. So I went and I watched their vlog. And it was a long one, which I actually really enjoy long vlogs. I wish that I had it in me to do long form vlogs. I just feel like, I don't know, I don't have like the most aesthetically pleasing setup. And I don't like do stuff, which I guess I should do stuff. Anyways, we're not going to talk about that right now. So I'm going to finish my little Kindle book. Bastard. Whenever gravy is described as being gray, it skeeves me out. Why is the gravy gray? Shouldn't it be brown? Is not what? Isn't that the color of gravy? I don't know. It always bugs me out though. What? What? So Beth is staying at Shane's house because her ex is being creepy and keeps showing up at her apartment. So her and the baby are at Shane's place, and he comes back from his shift and her car is still in the driveway. So he pulls up in the driveway and parks his truck right on top of her car so she can't leave unless she tells him so that he can move the truck. And I know that's not helping. I know we don't like that, but I love it. I love that. Oh. That's questionable, but I love it. I love Shane so much. I have like an hour and a half left of this book, and like I don't want it to end. And I cried a little bit, but I'm not gonna cry this time, I don't think. I think I'll be okay because I already read this part, and I was like, I have to share it with them. Like if you are one of those people who like hears quotes from a book and you're like, yeah, I want to read it, then I really, really hope that this quote convinces you. I'm so tired. It's only like 10 o'clock. But so Beth is the mom. She's the FMC in the story. And she's sitting outside with a bunch of like the old ladies who, when she first had her daughter, they showed up at the house and they were just like not very like, they weren't actually that helpful. Sorry, it was like really low. And they did that thing that moms do that they think they're helping, but they're really not, where they kind of just like, in an effort to try to help you and to like give you advice, what they actually are doing is making you feel like you have no clue what you're doing. You're not doing it right, and you're just gonna fuck everything up. And it's really, really hard to be like freshly postpartum, so your hormones are already all over the place, right? And then you have people who have gone through this, right? They've had kids, and you would think that they would be a little bit more supportive, but instead they're telling you like, you need to breastfeed because formula's not good enough, or you need to sleep when the baby sleeps, or like, you need to put on makeup and do your hair and get dressed, that'll make you feel better. And it's like, what? Like, that's all you have for me? There's nothing else? Like, you don't have anything else helpful that you could maybe tell me right now in this moment where I feel like I'm literally falling apart. I feel like I don't know who I am. I'm no longer the person I was before I gave birth to this child. I'm a completely different person, and I have a new human that I need to take care of. And you're telling me that I need to force my body to do something that it doesn't do on its own and watch my child go hungry versus just feeding my kid, or like, I need to not do this because that's not what it's just really hard. But anyways, I'm so sorry. So those women were in the house. They showed up naked to help Beth, but they weren't helping her. They were just doing what I said, like kind of nitpicking her. And now she's sitting outside with them much later in the book, and like, they're not doing that anymore. And she basically calls them out for it. And one of them says, "You're a good mom, Bethany Hale. You can want something with every fiber of your being, and at the same time, admit that it's hard and it sucks. Both things can be true." If that is not the truth about unexpectedly, or maybe just becoming a mom in general, I can only speak to my experience, but if that's not the truth about becoming a mom, like, you love your kid. Well, I guess in certain circumstances, obviously, like, I love my kid. I loved her from the moment I found out that I was pregnant. But I can't lie to you and say that every moment of being a mom has been sunshines and rainbows and milk and honey. I have been through the fucking gutter, and I fear there's still some more left. So like, I don't know, like, just to feel so seen in a book is crazy. It reminds me so much of This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. Like, books like this that just acknowledge the realities, even though it's very fictional, I understand that. But they really do acknowledge the realities of being a parent, being a woman of color, being a human in this world. Like, these are some of the best books, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against romance, literary fiction. I don't have anything against those genres that are not my like go-to, like fantasy would be. But it's when you're reading about characters that are like supposed to be more realistic, and then they're like 19 years old and they have beach houses and multiple cars, and I'm like, I can't relate to you. My life was never like that, and it's never going to be like that. But you give me a character like Beth or like Soledad, and I can, like, their stories mean so much more to me because I can almost see myself in them sometimes. It's really good. It's such a good story. I am crying. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't share this with your friends, you guys. What? I'm posting it on the internet. What? But it's really good. And I like the characters. I'm at 74%, so I'm kind of curious if something is going to occur with a certain somebody who was like at the beginning of the story, popped up like, I'm not gonna say midway, but like popped up towards the beginning in the first third, and we haven't seen from them yet, and I'm kind of wondering if something's going to occur. I just really hope there's no third act breakup, even though there was no breakup to begin with. Yeah, I hope there's no breakup. Oh my God. I read that laying down, like my daughter fell asleep already, and I read that and I immediately started crying. I was like, what the fuck? Like, stop it. Stop it, Maggie Gates. Is it Maggie Gates? I don't remember what the author's name is. Yeah, Maggie Gates. You stop it. Get out of my freaking head. And send me Shane while you're at it too, because, oh my God. Shane has to be like one of the best MMCs ever. Like I'm not running from that. If I see it across the street, I ain't running from it. I'm gonna run towards it. And I'm gonna wear my Nike so I can run extra comfortable. Because those have like a nice amount of padding for my feet. Yeah, I'm running towards you. Full force. Charging. You better get that pet corrector whistle thing they use for like reactive dogs. If you don't have that out, it's fair game. As long as you say yes, because consent is always very important. No is no. Just saying. I like don't want it to end. You ever like stall finishing a book because you don't want the book to end, but also like you want to finish the story out? Yeah. This is like not a flattering angle at all. It is. It's 8 o'clock on Friday? We finally made it to Friday. Honestly, I thought it was going to be the middle of the week forever. I look like a founding father. This is my bookshelf area. She's cute. She's whatever. Those 2 boxes down there are books I want to donate. But I have these 3 shelves over here. I got the white one because eventually I want to fill that with just manga. And then I do have the shorty one over here that has like mostly romance and like thriller on it. I swear I walk away from my desk and there's like 13 calls, 17 emails, 7 text messages, and everybody needs everything right away. Like, can y'all chill? It's literally 8:23 in the morning. There's nothing that's that important, and is anything even open yet? Most things are open by now. Anyways, so I got 2 books from Barnes because I kept trying to see if I could just go pick them up in person, but I couldn't. This one's cover is a little messed up, but I'm not that mad about it. The first one is Dragon Mage by M.L. Spencer. I have heard really good things about the mental health representation in this book. I think it is part of a series, I think. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. I think there is going to be another one, but this one is The Heart of a Hero. Aram thinks he's nothing but a misfit from a small fishing village in a dark corner of the world. As Aram knows, he has nothing with hardly a possession to his name other than a desire to make friends and be accepted by those around him, which is something he's never known. But Aram is not alone. Much, much more. But Aram is more. I can read, y'all, I promise. Much, much more. Unknown to him, Aram bears within him a gift so old and rare that many people would kill him for it, and there are others who would twist him to use for their own sinister purposes. These magics are so potent that Aram earns a place at an academy for warrior mages training to earn for themselves the greatest place of honor among the armies of men, dragon riders. Aram will have to fight for respect by becoming not just a dragon rider, but champion, the caliber of mage that hasn't existed in the world for hundreds of years. And the land needs a champion, because when a dark god out of ancient myth arises to threaten the world of magic, it is Aram the world will turn to in its hour of need. I kind of like that last part. I don't love like stark white pages in a book. Like this one is like, that's white. I don't love that. I kind of feel like I'm reading a Word document that was printed out, but I'm excited because I have heard really, really good things about this one. And then the other one I got is actually by an indie author, if I'm not mistaken. It's called The Book of Sin by H.M. Wolf. I love that cover. Look at it. Don't look at my nails. We're doing them today. Mind your business. What did I say? Somebody calling me. Why did I get this? There was, I found her on Instagram. I found her on Instagram, and there was just something about the like character art that she was posting. The author H.M. Wolf, or they, sorry, I don't know. And it just called to me. It really just called to me. And I don't know what this one is about, to be honest. Oh, but the dedication. For my readers, for the ones who suffer silently, you will not break. I love that. It's a gorgeous book. Like, that cover is wonderful. My God. If you or a loved one is struggling with mental health or abuse in any form, please know you are not alone and there is help. You are so loved. And then she provides the DV hotline and the suicide and crisis lifeline. I love that. I love when authors take the time to, like, I don't know, speak to the reader in the book. Not just, like, through the story itself, but, like, speaking to me as the reader. I appreciate that.
What is this about? The Book of Sin. If you believe in the gods, pray now. Their protection ends here. I'm excited. Oh, wow. That was gorgeous. Look at that. I don't know if it's at the start of like every single chapter, but that's absolutely gorgeous. I think it might be though, because yeah, it is. That one's a snake. What's this one? That's a snake. Okay, they're all snakes. But it's still really pretty. I love this. So, my two newest additions to the TBR. I would actually, I don't know, because I do have my traveling book club book. I don't think I said that right. It's fine. I haven't had coffee today. Blood of the Sands by S.C. Grayson. I do have to read that because I have to send it off back to Carly before the month ends. So I think I'm going to prioritize that one. And then, I don't know, I think I kind of want to grab one of these. I don't know. We'll see because I am a moody reader right now. I'm reading whatever I want whenever I want. So it's not good to plan stuff. Last night I did end up, oh, it is Hawaiian shaved ice, by the way. I got this one. I like most of the Alani flavors, to be honest. I haven't tried the orange one. Anyways, I finished What Saves Us. What Saves Us? What Could Save Us? What Saves Us by Maggie Gates. I'll put it up. And it was really good. I love the representation of motherhood and PTSD and rage and anxiety and the intrusive thoughts that overtake your mind when you become a parent. I loved it. I genuinely enjoyed the characters and like how they came together. The romance itself was really sweet too. There was just, and it's not a secret if you're new here, this is not a secret. I don't love kids in books because I feel like when there are children in stories, they tend to be used to further the plot in ways that I personally do not enjoy. I find things that have to do with kids really triggering, and I don't think that's new. I think I've always been like that. I've always kind of steered clear of stories where, you know, like kids are being kidnapped, kids are being abused, kids are being left, whatever. I don't love it. I really don't because I just I just don't think it's absolutely necessary to get the story across, but I also know that authors are writing stories based like trying to represent different walks of life. So the things that happened in this book are things that very well could happen and probably have happened to somebody out there. And I'm sure that that person read the story and were like they felt seen and heard when it came to that part involving the child. Me personally, my reading experience, I didn't love that. Um, I didn't think it was. I thought the story was going really, really well. I didn't think it was needed. And I fully expected and predicted that it was going to happen because I could just tell like the vibe of the story was like shifting in that direction. And I'm like, damn, all right, it's fine. But overall, it was a great read. I would highly recommend. I read it on my Kindle. It's on Kindle Unlimited. So I want to keep reading Children of Gods and Fighting Men. I'm about 50% through. And I got to a part where I feel like things are going to start happening, so I want to finish it. Like I don't want to have to stop again if possible. So I didn't read that yesterday because I knew I wasn't going to be able to finish the rest of the what last like 250 pages. So 200 pages I think actually. So today at some point I would like to get back into that, I think. I don't know, it depends on how busy work is. My Fridays are usually pretty busy. But if I'm not reading that, I have two other options. I could read I have the 7th volume for The Fragrant Flower, so I could read that. I do want to reread volume 6 though. Or I got my audiobook from Libby for How to Sell a Haunted House. I got that from the library and I wanted to read it. And I'm kind of scared to be honest because I know there's like a horror element to the story, but I also know that it's like not to be taken seriously based on like some of the reviews I've seen. So I don't know if I want to start that or if I want to keep going with Children of Gods and Fighting Men, knowing that I won't be able to finish it all in one go. Like, I'll probably be able to get through another, like, 50-ish pages during my workday, but then I'll have to stop again. So I don't know. Or I could do the manga. Manga's really easy to read. I can't decide. Anyways, I'll check back in with you guys later because I do have a few things for work that I have to do before I get called out on not having them done already. You know what it is for me? It's the fact that people wait until Friday to want to get things done because the weekend's coming up. And it's like, you knew you needed this. You knew that it was something that you were looking forward to, that you required, whatever the case is. You knew it at the beginning of the week or at least midway through the week. Why did you wait till Friday to reach out to me about it, to then put pressure on me to get it done by the end of the day. And I'm like, hey, yo, I don't know what you think is going to happen, but it's not going to happen on your timeline. I'm so sorry. That's not how it works. So that's usually what happens to me on Fridays, is people calling to be like, I need this because I need it for the weekend. You should have told me that on Wednesday or Thursday because I could have made it work. But on Friday, like, everybody needs everything on Friday for the weekend, so it's harder. It's fine. It's whatever. Just deal with it, but it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite feeling. What is this? What is this? Something about math doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Morning. It's Saturday morning, 10:37. I didn't read last night. Friday last night, I did not read a lick, not 2 words. I'm gonna go clean the kitchen while I listen to The Only One Left. I don't know how much I have left on that one. Pretty sure it was like halfway. It was really good. I was listening to it on Spotify. Yeah, I have 5 hours and 46 minutes left. But Spotify doesn't tell you what like how much time you have left based on how fast you're listening to it. I'm a little bit more than halfway though, so I think I'm gonna go listen to that while I do the dishes and clean up the kitchen and stuff. And then we are leaving in a little bit to go to my aunt's house. That's the day for today. I think when I get back, like once I settle back in after coming back from my aunt's house, I'll probably tap into reading and like sit and read for a while because I could use a little bit of relaxation. Considering we woke up really early today for nothing. That was fun. I guess not nothing because we picked up 2 grocery orders. Anyways, just got on here to tell you all of that and to let you know I didn't read last night, but I will be reading today at some point, just not sure when exactly. So, oh, and we didn't have any creamer in the house for my coffee. I got creamer. I also got the Fairlife protein milk. Here, hold on, because I don't fully remember which one it is. So I'll just show it to you. Come. You're gonna hear my daughter because she's playing at her activity table. Yeah, you playing with your Play-Doh? I got this one. I love the vanilla one. It's really good. It tastes like tapioca pudding, and I love tapioca pudding. So I'm probably gonna do a protein coffee, a nice coffee, and throw this in as the creamer. And I'm excited. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. Okay, bye. Sunday. What? It's Saturday night? It is Saturday night. Actually, it might be Sunday morning. I think it might be midnight by now. And I am 57% of the way through Children of Gods and Fighting Men. Children of Fighting Men and Gods. Somebody's children's book. I am 57% of the way through. So I think I was going to do like let's take an Alani and like finish this book tonight type of shit. And I'm like, no, I'm in my 30s. I'm not doing that right now. So I'm going to read as much as I can for a little bit. I think I'm going to finish this tomorrow though. I would like to finish it tomorrow because I have 2 Libby holds that came through. And now all of a sudden Libby want to tell me that somebody waiting for me. And I'm like, well, now hold on a second. It's my turn. I don't care who's after me. In 21 days, you're going to take this back and you're going to give it to the next person. Don't rush me, Libby. Don't rush me. So I would like to finish this book, the Gale Song, the first book in the Gale Song trilogy. I think that's what it's called at this point. And then I think my Libby hold, I have the audiobook for How to Sell a Haunted House that's ready to go. So I think I want to jump into that one next. Yeah, I think I want to jump into that one next. And then I also got the blade itself too. But I don't know. That one's going to have to be like later this week or something like that. Because even though I have it for 21 days, I have it for 3 weeks. I have time. Yeah, I don't know why I'm putting pressure on myself. We're not putting pressure on ourselves, Angela. Anyways, I'm done talking about that. So yeah, I'm going to read a little bit of this. And then I will go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep. This whole like let's read instead of scrolling thing has been going pretty well actually. I have not been scrolling as much as I was like last week. I really don't like TikTok. I feel like it's borderline addictive for me personally, and it's not productive in any way, shape, or form. I don't have that same issue with YouTube or Instagram. I don't know why. Maybe because like YouTube stuff is longer, so it's kind of like, okay, well I watched 1 or 2 per day and that's it.
And maybe, I don't know, Instagram does not hook me like that. There's nothing about Instagram that makes me scroll endlessly. So I think I'm just gonna get rid of TikTok. I feel like that is kind of like what I've learned over the last few days. The First Gentleman. I'm not reading that. Sorry. I'm gonna go read. I'm gonna go read because I am delirious. I am Delulu at this point. No, Delulu's delusional. I'm gonna go read. I'll see you guys in the morning, okay? Okay, have a good night. Hi. It's Monday, and I'm done with the, like, don't scroll and read instead for a week challenge or whatever I was doing. It wasn't a challenge. I just wanted to stop scrolling as much, and it worked because I did spend most of the time reading when I wasn't watching like a YouTube video or something, or actually looking for something on social media. So it worked out pretty well. I think I'm like 70% of the way through Children of Gods and Fighting Men. This could go either way. I like tried to finish it yesterday and I couldn't because I was getting really stressed. I was getting really stressed out by what was happening, what I thought was going to happen. So I had to put it down. So I don't know how I'm going to finish this book because it makes me a little anxious to not know what shit is going to hit the fan. What? It makes me a little anxious to not know what shit is going to hit the fan. What the hell just came out of my mouth? Anyways, so I did get 70% of the way through Children of Gods and Fighting Men, so I'm almost done with that. I am really nervous. And then, what did I finish on my Kindle? Because I finished... I'm not going to pretend to know the name of that. I finished What Saves Us on my Kindle by Maggie Gates. That was really, really good. The representation of the intrusive thoughts that some parents deal with once their kids are born, and like just that... Sometimes as a parent, you don't connect to your kids in the way everybody says you will, or in the ways that they connected with their kids, and how hard it is to deal with like parental shaming, like other parents looking down on you, providers treating you funny based on your decisions there was so much representation and it was handled so well. I absolutely loved What Saves Us. I think if you want a story about, it is pregnancy trope, I guess, at the beginning, because she's pregnant at the beginning. But like if you want to read a story about parents and see that representation on page, maybe see your experience or part of your experience on page, I think that the author did a fantastic job in making it so real. There were so many moments where I connected with the characters and things resonated with me to the point where like I felt like I was gonna lose my mind and just cry in a corner. But it's because I felt seen. I felt really heard in some of those moments. So it's a fantastic read, in my opinion. I think it's really good. I'm pretty sure I read that in like 2 days. It was really quick. I think the writing is like really bingeable, but it still was impactful. It wasn't like popcorny or anything else. I don't like those terms when we describe books, but I also haven't found anything better yet. So we will go with that. It's not a popcorn read, but it is quite easy to follow, in my opinion. I don't feel like I feel like sometimes authors will write like with really big words, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. So now I have to go Google it. I felt like this was really easy to follow. And then I did Children of Gods and Fighting Men. That was my physical book, which I'm immersion reading. So I have the audiobook going too. And I think I have it on my Kindle, mind your business. And then I read What Saves Us on my Kindle. And then my audiobook was The Only One Left by Riley Sager, which I finished. I was like about halfway through when I started it. I think I started it 2 days ago. And then I finished it yesterday. No, I finished it today. I finished it today on the way to the doctor's office because we had doctor's appointments. What? It was, I don't even know how to talk about it. It was good. It was good. I didn't see those twists. I didn't see them coming. And I think it's because the first twist, I didn't see it coming from I had no idea we were in that field for it to be coming from that field, from left field. So then everything that followed after that, I was like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? Because the first one just caught me so off guard. I listened to that chapter basically like 3 times because I was like, no, I think I misheard it. I think that I'm trying to rewrite the twist for some reason. I don't know why. So I kept listening to it to see if maybe I was fucking wrong, and I wasn't. It was a really crazy twist. The only reason that can't be 5 king stars for me, if that even mattered. It's because at the end, okay, so if you haven't read The Only One Left and you don't want any spoilers, then don't listen past this point, because there is something that I want to get off my chest about the ending. And it's definitely it's a huge spoiler. So if you want to read The Only One Left by Riley Sager, it's a fantastic thriller in my opinion. You should definitely read it if you're looking for a good thriller with like really creepy vibes and like insane plot twists. Then don't listen to this. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. Make your way out. I'll see you guys that don't want the spoiler for the next video. If you don't care about spoilers and you've read the book, or you just don't care about spoilers and you don't plan on reading it, whatever the case is, listen to this, right? The ending of The Only One Left kind of annoyed me, just a little bit. Like the very, very ending, which is a letter from Virginia Hope, writes a letter to Kit after she like up and disappears one night. Writes a letter to Kit and explains to Kit why she left. I just like she was a mope. It's just crazy. It was crazy. Explains why she left, and her reasoning as to why she left so suddenly after Kit like really took for full responsibility for her after everything was said and done. Everybody's died basically. It just didn't sit well with me. Like her explanation as to why she pretended to be immobile for so long, pretended to be like that for so long. I don't know, like it just didn't, I didn't love it. I think I would have preferred it if the book had just ended and Virginia hadn't gone missing, like hadn't left. Like if it had just ended before Virginia leaves, I think I would have given it like 5 stars, if that matters. I would have liked it a lot more is the point. That part just, it like went a little too far, and then we kind of lost the plot, I guess. I don't know if I ever had the plot, to be honest, but I just didn't love it. But outside of that, that was a fantastic book. Like I can't wait to get my hands on another one of his books, because I want to read something else. I like thrillers like that where I'm like, whoa, what the hell are you, and like pow pow by like plot twist. I like that. It was fun. But anyways, that's my I don't know what that is actually. What is this video? You spent the week with me. You spent a couple days with me. We read for a little bit. I really enjoyed it though. I enjoyed like bringing together my reading and my home life with my content creation versus trying to keep them so separate all the time. So I'm going to try to do this more because it was actually a lot of fun for me. And I felt like I read a lot as far as like I read that What Saves Us, and I finished my audiobook, and I got really far into the title's so long. Children of Gods and Fighting Men. There we go. I really enjoyed doing like a weekly vlog. I felt like it was really easy to fit in like moments of recording and stuff versus when I usually sit down and like will record for like an hour or something like that, depending on how long my video is going to be. So I enjoyed that, and I'm really glad that you guys watched the video, and I guess let me know how you felt about it, if you liked it or not. I do want to keep doing them. I just have to get better at them. Just get better at them. Yeah, and maybe have like a little bit more organization. I kind of went into this one like a little, what's it called? I'm not going to say that on the internet. That's high-key inappropriate. I definitely just went with the flow for this one, and I didn't really set any parameters for myself. And I think maybe that might be a little bit more helpful. So next time I do this, I probably will set some guidelines for myself. Like, this is what I want to do this week. Or this is like, just something, whatever. Anyways, I'm done. Bye. Thank you so much for watching the video. As always, happy reading.